Welcome to your worst nightmare. The mixtape's completed. I used to be the underdog, now I'm undefeated. Believe it.
Alright, what's up guys? Your boy Retro Gamer coming back at you on Retro Recap Edition 24. And we have a special guest today known as Franchise 22. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Franchise.
What is going on, people? This your boy Franchise 22 hitting up this Retro Recap. A little bit about me right quick. I play video games. I love video games. I rage a lot. That is what I do. I rage. I play video games. I post it online. Y'all enjoy it. That's what I do.
And there you have it. There you have it. Franchise 22. Now, he's an expert in fighting games. Most likely, we're going to be talking about fighting games in general. But in this particular edition of the recap, we're going to be focusing on the new Dragonballz Z game that recently came out, and give out opinions and thoughts on that, along with talking about the new game that came out in Sonic Generations. But we're going to save that for last. So let's go ahead and get right into this. I'm going to leave his link in the description, his link in the video, so that you guys can check him out. Make sure that you subscribe. He posts up a lot of videos similar to what I do, so make sure you check him out. Now, we're going to go ahead and touch on Ultimate Tenkaichi. Now, I know a lot of you people have been anticipating this game as much as I have, and I know Franchise was looking forward to it, and we both actually have the game and played the game. So what initially did you like about the game when you first played it?
Well, I guess that the best part really was making your own character, because you could change his looks, make his moves. Well, shit, that was about it, really.
I mean, do you actually think that
his moves,
that they did a good job with that, as far as like going in depth on how you could actually make the character? Because I know a lot of games have done the create a fighter mode, and they left out a lot of details with what you could do. Do you think they did a good job with that?
well, compared to games like Skyrim or fucking Soul Calibur, no, it was horrible. But they did have like 12 hairstyles, a bunch of colors, some costumes. So that was okay, but it could have been more. But I wasn't dissatisfied by it.
Right. I mean, I haven't really gotten to the hero mode in depth. You guys can expect to see more videos from my hero mode, but it's simply like when I made my character, it felt like they left out like some of the hairstyles. Like, you couldn't really create the type of hairstyles that you want. You couldn't really create. All you could pretty much do was change the color and the color of your costume and stuff. I mean, it could be a little bit better, but I know a lot of you Dragonballz Z fans out there have been looking for that create a character mode for a long time. So I can't really complain on the fact that they actually given us one for the first time in ever. So I really can't really complain about that. The one thing I can complain about on this game is the fighting mechanics in this system. I think the fighting mechanics are bullshit. To be truly honest with you, I think the game lacks that in your face fighting combos. And I know a lot of people who've been watching my videos say the animations take over the fighting system. But what do you think about that?
Okay, well, I play games like Street Fighter, Marvel, Soul Calibur, and blah blah blah, stuff like that. Compared to those games, Dragonballz Z really doesn't do anything for me. Like,
do you feel
concept?
Do you feel outmatched when you're playing people because you realize that you're probably better than them, and they somehow beating you because of the way the system works? Heads or tails.
I feel like they're luckier than me. That's it.
That's how I feel too.
The whole game is just one big coin toss, heads or tails. If I pick heads, he picked tails, then I win that battle. But
well, what do you prefer? That style or a button mash? What do you prefer? A luck game or a button mash game when it comes to fighting?
Well, it kind of got both.
Yeah,
honestly,
it actually does have both. That I think about.
So So it's like a win-win situation, really.
Well, in this case, a lose-lose situation because honestly, true skill doesn't show in that game. I could be beating the hell out of you, and then all of a sudden, you know, he gets one button right, and then it just changed the whole complexion of the fight. Next thing I know, he's whipping my ass. Just a minute ago, I was whipping his ass, but because he got one lucky guess as far as the button, now he's taking control of the match, and you really can't show who's good at the game because you have a 50-50 chance of guessing what the other person hit. You know, I don't like that style, especially when a fighting game. Definitely shouldn't be. They should have definitely not tried that type of system in the game. Now I do like the game in regards to the graphics. I don't want to bash this game. The graphics are nice. The graphics are nice, and even we talked about this before. The trailer sucked you in so good with the graphics, and the outside, yeah, the outside of the game looks good, but when you actually like play it in even the story mode, like the story mode lacks like creativity, depth, creativity. It seems like we're playing the same thing, and like I told you before, I mean, there's only so much they can do with the series in regards to, you know, you can't really change the storyline up so much because then you would be getting away from the actual game itself, and you know the anime and all that stuff from the originals. But it seemed like it was really boring. I mean, I don't know. It's like you have Cinemax and you talk for a little bit and you fight, and it's been like that for a while now. What do you think they could do to actually change that story mode, make it more creative?
Honestly, I would kind of want them to like make a brand new story mode, seeing that they probably not gonna make the anime anymore. Like,
right.
I seriously think that they should make a brand new Dragon Ball Z storyline with the new characters.
You think fans will like that though?
I would.
I mean, I personally would too, but a lot of people are classic fans, retro fans of the original series. They try to do something like that on Tenkaichi, and it was like a section called "What If" and "What If Such and Such Happened," where some things that didn't happen in the actual show you could actually do in the game. Now, I pretty much like that, but I'm not really sure how other fans would feel about that because, you know, they're so used to the original classic style. But this game would be really good if the mechanics were changed to a more of a skill base where if I got any character, I could beat you with even if you have Gogeta, I could beat you with Krillin simply because I know how to work the combos and have skill, not based off of a heads or tails type of game. The graphics are good, the hero mode is good, but they really did need to work on some other things in regards to like stop making it a luck-based game because now they make it open to anybody being able to get on the game and pretty much do good because you have a 50-50 chance of winning. And I've lost battles on there simply because I guessed the wrong button, you know. But overall, I mean, the game would be a 6 to me out of 10. I mean, it's okay. It's not what I thought it would be. What about you?
Now, I beat the hero mode, right? So, even though it's kind of fun, it gets so repetitive story-wise.
Right. I noticed that too. It seems like you're doing the same stuff over and over again. Basically, Cinemax fight, and there's nothing like really creative.
Training, random battles, finding the Dragon Balls, losing the Dragon Balls. That's a spoiler, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Finding them again.
Well, you shouldn't spoil that.
It's so man.
No,
it's all in my walkthrough already.
Yeah, and he does plenty of walkthroughs. Make sure you check his videos out. But I don't want to make this whole recap about that game because I mean, in all honesty, and I've told you, I'm considering on trading in. I think it really, a lot of people get wrapped up into the game because it looks good, but deep down inside, the gameplay is really not all that good. Yeah, and I would never say I would trade in a Dragon Ball Z game, but this is one that I'm actually considering because it really isn't as good as I thought it would be.
It's really not a very good game. It's just
and that's coming from a real perspective.
Pretty package wrapped around shit, basically.
Yeah, and that's coming from a real perspective. I'm not sugarcoating. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, but I'm not a fan of that game too much unless they change the fighting mechanics. which is already pretty much too late. Whatever they packaged out is what they packaged out. So you know, it is what it is. But we want to move on real quickly and simply talk about Sonic Generations. Now, personally, I think
such a good game.
Oh my God, it's such a good game. If it wasn't for Skyrim, Uncharted, and games like that, this has Game of the Year potential. And only thing that's preventing it from being Game of the Year potential, besides the fact that those games are coming out, is that it's a really short game. But us being two Sonic fans, especially since the beginning, I definitely love the classic mixed with the modern. I definitely love how they made the modern more like using the Hedgehog engine from Sonic Unleashed. It definitely enhanced the game. The graphics are on point. I want to get your thoughts on that before I actually go in detail about why I like the game.
Well, the last Sonic game I had played was what was it? It was Sonic DX for the Nintendo GameCube. So, talking about Sonic Unleashed, Sonic the Hedgehog, that was for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and then what was the other game called? With the little
you talking about
Sonic Colors, I think it was called.
Sonic Colors, yeah, that came out on 3DS. Oh,
I haven't played those games, so I didn't know anything about them. But I can say that the Hedgehog, what was it called? The Hedgehog.
The Hedgehog engine you talking about?
Engine? Yeah. That is a solid modern Sonic gameplay engine right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That had made the game for me.
Yeah, it actually did too. And me being a Sonic fan over the years, the biggest issue besides the game being short is that all Sonic games had camera issues. I can rest assure you that this is the only Sonic game that I have played where camera issues were never a factor in this game. You can freely roam around the map and not have to worry about adjusting your camera while speeding around the map. That's one of the issues that killed Sonic 06. Even the Sonic Adventure series was adjusting that camera angle while you're moving. That was the most frustrating thing about this game. I love how they brought back the levels from these classic games. They actually brought back the right levels. I think there are some of them that are missing, like Marble Zone and what's the Lava Reef Zone from Sonic and Knuckles. They left out some maps, but they might make them DLC. I'm hearing they're going to bring out Casino Night, but they chose the right maps to put in this game. They made them. They revamped them. They made Chemical Plant looks amazing. I mean, we both so
amazing to look at.
Yes, Chemical Plant
was so fucking cool to look at.
Was on point, and especially the modern version of it, because you know Chemical Plant was back on the original. So when I first saw Chemical Plant modern, I'm like, really? Like it really looks like a Chemical Plant from the outside look of it, because you couldn't really see that with the 2D style on the old Sonic, but you can actually see the whole outside of it. It looks amazing. I like the challenges. I haven't done all the challenges. Franchise done all the challenges, and he can pretty much tell you. What do you think about the challenges?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
The challenges. What do you think about the challenges?
Oh, I guess they're there for replay value, but I really don't really care for them too much as the main story. My thing is though is speed runs. I love speed challenges.
Yeah. Definitely gonna be having a lot of them on my channel coming up soon.
Actually, I'm in the top 500 for.
Well, that's good.
What is that damn stage? Speed Highway for Modern Sonic. Top 500.
Right. Yep.
I think I hit
real good.
Hit 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah, and that's one thing I always used to do in the old song was keep perfecting my time so I can beat the map in the fastest time. And don't worry, after I finish this walkthrough of the game, you guys can definitely expect to see me on the speedrun leaderboards, because I'm definitely gonna be up there. I'm definitely gonna be having speedrun challenges for you guys who have the game and who have capture cards to record your gameplay and put it on my video and see who has the fastest time. Definitely have those ideas coming up. But before we get out of here, lastly, Before I want to get your thoughts on your favorite map on Sonic Generations, and I'll give you mine and give a reason why you like that particular map.
All right, well, my favorite map, God man, so fucking many. It was the one that was from Sonic Unleashed. It was called
Rooftop.
It was called
Rooftop Run.
Yeah, that. Like, okay, one. I fucking love the design of that level. It fucking looks so good.
God, that design looks beautiful.
It looks so good. Okay, but number 2 is that song playing in the background. That song was magical.
Yes, and that's the one thing about Sonic. One thing about Sonic, them soundtracks on point soundtracks. Yeah, I must say, Rooftop Run. With the part where you had to just ride on the rails. It felt like you.
Oh yeah.
It felt like you were on a roller coaster.
That was so godlike.
Yeah.
That was so godlike.
It felt like you was riding a roller coaster. You're just steadily on the rails, and then they show you a clock tower going down. That was fun. I ain't gonna lie. If you didn't choose Rooftop Run, I probably would have chosen that. I'm gonna say Speed Highway, simply because it's a straight up speed run map. I mean, if you want the classic fast paced Sonic, I mean you're gonna get in that map. You're gonna get rails. You're gonna get long highways to the point where you can just constantly just speed run. You're gonna get I mean it's a map where you can pretty much boost almost the whole way. Well, at least with modern Sonic, I'm talking about modern. The classic Sonic is more of an obstacle based, but it's still speed run. You know, I like the nighttime style of it. I liked it on Sonic Adventure, so maybe that's why I chose it for this game. But they revamped that very well. But yeah, so that's just our thoughts on the on Sonic and Dragon Ball Z. Any last thoughts before I wrap this up?
Quick question for you: who was better, classic Sonic or modern Sonic story?
Well, I mean, I'm a classic guy. I mean, simply because my name is Retro. But I must say, I like the modern Sonic better than, but by a slight edge, not by a huge margin. I must say I like the modern more because I like the Hedgehog engine a lot better than the old classic engine.
The classic Sonic engine.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. They're both good. So
yeah, true that.
All right, so guys, this is gonna wrap it up. This is a long ass video, but remember to check out Franchise 22. His channel will be all over the video. I have him in my sub box. Make sure you subscribe to him. He has a lot of videos coming up. He's doing Skyrim playthroughs. I'm going to continue to do Sonic Generations, Sonic Generations. Probably do some Battlefield gameplay. Probably gonna be, like I said, I got some speedrun challenges and some more Sonic videos with other people that I'm working with. Working on a collab video with my Sonic Top 10 soundtracks with Tall Boy with Short Pants. So make sure you guys check that out. And for Franchise 22, this is the Retro Recap 24. Boy Retro, we're out.
Peace.